everybody, I'm Webb. This is Aragon, and this is Aria, and this is a pair of the Crested geckos that we're working on breeding eventually. The male here is the lily white. I mean, he's got such amazing color on him. Like, these guys are awesome. I love them. And then this is a Halloween morph. It's just pretty much red with a black base. And she's got a few other morphs in her too. And I mean, she's getting pretty thick. She's definitely getting to be breeding size. He still, I mean, his nuts dropped, but he's still got a little while to go yet, I would say. I mean, it's possible though. She is fat already. But that's part of our breeding project we're working on here with the Crested geckos. I do have a pair in here that I've been working on breeding. Now I do know that they paired because I watched it happen. I have pictures of it. So I do know that he paired her, and she is quite rotund, but I'm not sure if she's holding eggs for me yet or not. But this is the male that I put her with. And when he fires up, this guy is absolutely red. Like, he is awesome looking. And so I was really excited to get the breeding project started with him. So this is one of, or I should say two of the pairs that we have going right now. And then in here, sorry you guys, we've got some moving going on and a bunch of other stuff, so it's a little bit hectic at the house. But, okay, if I'm correct. Yep. All right, so. All right, so what I have in this one here is there are different females in here that are close to being breeding size. Like, some of them are not, let's say not really quite, I mean, they're the weight that they need to be, but they're not necessarily the way that I want them to be quite yet for breeding. But I did go ahead and put a male in here, so that way the ones that were ready could go ahead and breed. This is another one of the females here. So mostly this is like my Dalmatian batch. So these are all the ones that I don't mind going crazy with the Dalmatians. Most of the females in here are Dalmatian. And then this is the male that I'm pairing them with. The pattern on his back is really sick. And so that's why I chose to breed with him. He's yellow, which isn't my favorite base color, but I like the reds a lot, but I've got a few of the reds that I'm working with too. So we have 4 or 5 females, I think 5 females in here with him, actually. And no, there's 4, because I took the one out to put it over there with the red. So there's 4 females in here with him. And then over here, we have our grow outs for within the next few seasons here. Where, you know, these guys, I got these guys when they were little tiny babies, and they're about yearlings now, getting close to it. Like, they still got another good year ahead of them of growing before they're big enough to do any breeding with. But these are all females in here. I didn't keep any more males back. I figured, you know, we're pretty good on the males. I've got 3 really nice ones. So that's our breeding project on the Cresties. Oh, another update I wanted to show. He's going to be filthy because I'm just pulling him out of his dirt. But here we have Malachi, and I'm just wanting to put this stuff on camera so that way we can go back and visibly see it as we're going here. So whenever I first got Malachi, his toes were literally bone. Like you could literally see every bone. He had bone like popping up right here a bit more, and his tail base was wider than his stomach. Is that how it was?
Yeah,
or was it
about the same?
But either way, we finally have gotten it to where his stomach is starting to pop out a little bit more. Unbelievably so. I have been feeding this guy every single night. Sometimes the deer meat and stuff that I've showed on here, but here in the last week or so, he started actually taking whole prey better for me. So we have been going with whole prey, and he's been eating, three baby rats or 2 mouse-sized prey items a night, and I'm very excited about getting him back up to where he should be size-wise. Now, with the kink that he's got going on right here, he got a little kink here. Now, this could have been, it could A, be a birth defect, or B, it could be where he was heated at in the egg. It's just, it wasn't quite right. There's different things that can cause that. What I need to do is figure out if, as a breeder, if I should disqualify him from breeding for that. I've known some people that will breed some animals that have some issues like that, especially if it's an albino or something and they're trying to get a recessive trait. I don't know how I feel about that yet. Pretty much what I'll do is I'm going to get him to the health of where I want him to be, nice, big, rotund, and if I feel like he's good at breeding and that he's not going to pass this on, then I'll breed him. But if I feel like it's something that's genetic and he could pass it on, I won't. And maybe what I might do is I might do a trial breeding with him. If I get him to that healthy point, I might do a trial breeding with him and see how the young turn out and see if it is genetic or if it was just a birth defect out of the egg. But I have just been loving this guy. Like I open up his cage whenever I get up, when I'm home. I've been on vacation, so I'll get up, I'll open his cage up. He comes up here, he basks, and he'll sit there and bask for 45 minutes or an hour, and then he'll get out and he'll run around the house, and the dogs are just sitting there running around with him, and it's just been a really awesome experience having him. Malachi, he's so awesome. But we're gonna put him back. Alright, and then of course, you guys all know we've got our bearded dragons going on. Now, some projects that we have, like with the crested geckos, you guys don't get to see a lot of what's going on Eric's end, because I'm not the only one that's doing all of this. Eric's got his whole collection too. We've shown a few of his animals here and there, and we will definitely do more of that in the future, but we have a whole dragon project going on. So we have a line of high citrus that we're going with, that we have lots of yellow and oranges that can go into. We've got a red line that we're working on, and then we also have a dark line that we're working on, where the dragons, we're trying to get as much of a melanistic look to them as we can. We're just breeding the darkest dragons that we can. So those are the 3 main lines of the dragons that we're going to be working with. So we're going to have these beautiful yellows like butters. We'll have wonderful reds like jams, and hopefully we get some burnt toast too. Other breeding projects. We have the axolotls. I'm not taking in there right now. They're in my bedroom, and I have to keep them in there because it's the coolest area in the house. They're good size now, and they should be breeding. From what I've researched, it's just kind of something they do naturally as water temperature fluctuates throughout the winter time. So I'm pretty much just waiting to go in there one day and just see a bunch of eggs. Oh, yes. Very exciting thing here too. So we recently had a male avicularia molt out, and what I've done is I went and I added him to the female's enclosure. Now the female's up here, and they haven't done much interacting since I've put them in here, but I'm just giving them some time. I will take him back out and put him in his enclosure again later on this evening, because I do want to make sure that he's had plenty of time with his sperm web to get his sperm on his pedipalps, and he's freshly molted a few weeks ago, so I wasn't sure he was 100% ready. So if I don't see any action here within the next couple of hours this evening, I'll put him back in his enclosure, and we'll just wait and hold off on that for a few weeks. We do have the Simopius pulcher that we bred out a couple of months back, and so I seen her come out the other day, and she came out and she came down this way, and I thought, well, maybe she's going to get ready and lay a web and make an egg sac, but she did not. And so we're still pretty much just waiting on her to drop. She hasn't molted, which means that the sperm that she has from that mating is still there. She hasn't formed the eggs for us yet. And at the moment, those are most of our major breeding projects that we have going on that are going to be popping off. I do have other tarantula projects that are going on. So, like this girl here, this is our big Kilobrachys species king kraken, and she is an adult female. I have two smaller tarantulas that I'm growing up right now that I hope one is a male, and so that's another breeding project that we're definitely working on. It's cool that she's out like that. She's not something we usually get to see. And then, yeah, that is it for now. If you like seeing our updates, like, subscribe, and comment. And we'll have more videos on more animals coming your way shortly.